Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your extra daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with the Blade Prince. I played one battle with this tank, I took one for the team, I got pissed if I can say so, and now I know what to expect from this vehicle. So, pretty much there is multiple builds how you can play with the tanks nowadays, especially when we have turbo. And we are going to use the turbo on this vehicle a bit later on, but for now I want to go with a typical setup with the ventilation, rammer and the optics for obvious reasons. It is typical setup which can work for many tanks, especially lower tier vehicles who doesn't have the stabilizer, or alternatively if you do not want to use stabilizer by your own choice, because in my opinion it's so much better with the Blade Prince to have a bit of the view range, if I can say so. Anyways, without further ado, let's go into the game and let's try to make this vehicle work. What is the biggest nightmare with any heavy tank, especially tier 8, tier 7, tier 6, to be bottom tier? This is the biggest nightmare for a heavy tank because pretty much your main selling point is armor. And whenever you are getting matchmaking like Himmelsdorf +2, yeah, unfortunate fellas, and the things can go pretty bad. Anyways, we are not going to cry, we are not going to complain, we are going to attempt to deal with this Himmelsdorf battle, okay? Without further ado, I think I am going to go with a full gold. For obvious reasons, fellas, I don't really want to deal with E75 with a 170 millimeters of penetration. This is not what I want to do. We will take our time, we will go on top of the hill, and hopefully, fellas, we can play hold down. Now, what is the main selling point of this vehicle? Armor. Hands down, fellas. This tank has the best selling point armor, right? Speed, not great. Alpha damage, not great. It is just average or below average, speaking about those abilities. But armor, yeah, that can work. Anyways, we are going to take our time. We are going on top of the hill, and let's hope for the best, I guess. Now, I truly do not want to meet two enemy tanks, which is E75 and ML. Those are the two tanks I do not want to meet whatsoever. Other than that, I don't really care too much. But I'm afraid of those two vehicles, that's about it. If we are not going to meet them, I am going to feel relatively well. Now, this is quite weird stuff. If you are comparing the Blade Prince speed against the ML2 speed, ML2 is slow, wow. Maybe he is still stock, I assume, or those are the very first battles with the tank for this gentleman. Maybe that's why he is moving so slowly. Okay, we are on top of the hill already, that's great. What do we have? We have Liberty. You know what? For Liberty, I don't really need gold. And you might wonder about skill, why you don't need gold. Well, the answer is very simple. He has Cupola. And what Liberty Cupola means? Liberty Cupola means we can penetrate him with a standard ammunition. And that's always handy to know the weak spots and to know where to shoot the enemies, right? It is very handy, because even if you are having a bottom tier matchmaking, you do not necessarily need to go with a full gold, right? And that's how you are saving a bit of the credits at the first place. And this is not that bad, my friends. Believe me, this is not that bad. Looking into the gun handling of our tank, it is also not looking that bad, right? We pretty much shredded this Liberty like hot knife through the butter, and that actually worked pretty damn well. All we need to do at this point, we need to go in. You know, I'm not going to stop for a second. I am going to go full balls in, and I'm going to say blah 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 blah. For Love, I'm going to load the gold ammunition though, and let's go. Bam, in the face, that's pretty nice. I don't really want to take one for the team, and luckily we didn't. Okay, that's good. what is the worst thing for us at this point? Obviously, enemy team, they are capping the base. It is definitely one of the worst things for us. And in the same time, we do not really have speed to decap them. Plus, on top of that, what we need to keep in mind, we are about to deal with very, very big boys. Speaking about the enemy tanks, ML2 is III, E75 is III, cover 3 I don't care. We are equal in a way, right? So, what do we have? We have a cover 3 in the open field. I truly want to track him. I want to track this gentleman, it's very important. That's tracking shot, that's very, very good. And can we get one more? This is the question. Can we get one more? Okay, we cannot. Now, listen, hear me out, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The death, in a way, is kind of coming, so keep this in mind. It is not that simple, it is not that easy for us, but we have a decent crossfire. Skill, what do you mean by saying you have a decent crossfire? You see, all of those gentlemen, they are getting flanked by our guys. So all we need to do, we need to wait until he will start getting banged from the butt. Whenever it is going to happen, we can actually be involved and we can make a bit of pressure. In fact, we are making pressure now. As you can see, he changed his mind completely. He doesn't give a flying F anymore about us, and that's fine. We are making a nice angle, at least we are thinking we are making a nice angle, and he is on the reload. That's about it. And for now, we are going to do the best thing ever what this tank is capable of. We are going to farm this ML2. So you see, fellas, we have a very good saying in Lithuanian language. Akis baisininkės, rankos darbininkės. What the flying if that means, skill? That means eyes are afraid of the things, but the hands are simply doing the job, right? It is very, very old saying, and I believe if we have some Lithuanians watching the video, you know exactly what I am talking about. So even though we had a very, very pathetic situation, pathetic matchmaking and everything, we still finished it with a 2,500 damage and 500 assisting damage. That's very good. We are second by experience and we are second by the damage with the Blade Prince. Come on, fellas. What do you want more from me? That was an absolutely amazing game. So what we are going to do now, we are going to replace... You know what? How about if we would replace optics for turbo? How about this, fellas? I think this could work as well. So... view range is not going to be as great as it was before, but look at the bright side, we are going to be just tiny touch faster. So how about this build? And once again, it can work, and obviously I can replace ventilation for the turbo as well. But I decided to go for this setup. What do we have? We have steps. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Since we don't really have a good view range, we need to figure out where to play where we do not need a view range. I would rather have a preview setup in this map, that's for sure. But this is what field modifications are for, you know? Whenever you are getting field modification level 3, you can make your choice, you know? What do you want to use in a way? So this is the thing. Anyways, what do we want to do? I believe we want to go like... nah. We want to go into the heavy line. So, what kind of difference turbo is making for this vehicle? Now, instead of going 20 kilometers per hour, we can go up to 24 kilometers per hour. And I know those 4 kilometers might not look like a humongous deal, but whenever you are increasing your speed by 20%, that's something, fellas. Don't you think so? 20% is quite a bit. So for example, that's why I truly recommend turbo for like E75, T95 and so on. Those very, very slow turds who has absolutely amazing armor, but only one weakness is the speed. Okay. Look at this, fellas. We are having a drag race. 87 is rolling with a turbo as well. And both of us British boys, we are going in front. Easy, fellas. Easy. Here you go. He has his PP raised. And oh boy, 87 is looking weird as F if you would ask me. Anyways, everything is fine, fellas. Life is beautiful, and our Suka Pershing is dead. I6B knows where to penetrate the Suka Pershing. That's not very nice. It is not very nice, fellas. Cover 13 crossed like this. I am thinking I can eliminate the cover 13 without bigger problems whatsoever. So I think I am going to try to cross like this. That's what I am thinking. I know this looks weird and everything, but I am up to take the risk. I am up to take the risk, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I am for sure up to take the risk. Beautiful, relax, take it easy. We have all time in the world of tanks, and I am very well aware of that. We are in the open field, but once again, we do not need to panic yet. It is way too early for panic. Now, I would love to bait enemies to try to shoot us, right? This is very important, so I can cross through the middle then. Let's try to do so. I need one of them to shoot. Now I will take 400 for the team. I do not give a single F. And now we are going to eliminate cover 13. And now we are going to deal with the cover 13, fellas. This is very important thing. Or actually, cover 13 is kind of running away from us. Not that bad. You know what that means? That means he is opening gates for the other guys here. So, what we are going to do, we will try to beat the living crap out of this IS for obvious reasons. Now we know what is happening. Now we know. Holy fucking F. Bloody annoying mosquito E25. Okay, nothing what I can change about this. I made a mistake. I did not realize that E25 is going to sit here. I truly did not realize that. And this is GG. So, this is a very simple situation speaking about the Blood Prince. If you are going to be over aggressive and if you are going to meet gentlemen who are going with a gold, yeah, you are worthless. You are truly a piece of shit, nothing more than that. But it is how it is. This is a good showcase of the tank, and don't overestimate your powers. It is very important thing, and I'm not afraid to show games like this as well. So let's teleport into the end of this game, shall we? And we are back, fellas, with a victory. Hip hooray. Although I believe we wasn't that big part of the team this time. Although, you know, fellas, we were extremely important part of this team. We took one for the team. Or more than one. Yeah, unfortunately I misplayed this game. I am accepting my responsibility, and it was pretty damn bad. And even though it was so damn horrible, we still got the third class, which is quite comical, right? Anyways, we are in the second half by experience, we are in the second half by the damage, but that's okay. We made 1000 credits profit, hip hooray, and now let's continue our journey. One more game with this vehicle, fellas. I believe it can't go worse than a second game, so fellas, we are going to be fine. In this battle, I want to get, okay, Ghost Town tier 8. Not a single time top tier, that's quite pity, honestly, but oh well, what can you do? In this game, I would love to get 2,000 to 3,000 combined. That's what I am looking for, and this vehicle is capable of doing that. And in fact, I remember when I played with this vehicle for Mark of Excellence and everything, and I did not felt like this tank is a big pile of poop, you know. Obviously mistakes can happen for everyone. It doesn't matter how good you are in the game. For example, last battle I was simply way too aggressive. I could play definitely better speaking about the game, right? But I didn't, and that's fine. Okay, so one hint for this map, which is super duper hyper turbo important for every player, especially if you are playing with a slower tanks. Don't cross like this. This crossing is like literally the worst mistake which you can do in the start of the game. Why so? Because there is a humongous chance enemies will have a light tank who is going like this, or alternatively light tank who is sitting here, and then they will have a couple of the sniper schnitzels in the back. And skill, what that means? That means you will get spotted and you will take one for the team, and you do not want to have this situation. You truly don't, fellas. And this is very important thing to say. This is very important thing to say, fellas. Okay, so what is the goal for us and how do we want to play this game? I would say, first things first, I really want to take this hold down position here. I am very well aware of the enemy forces. They might have sniping from the back. I am very well aware of that, but it is alright. We will try to risk it for the biscuit anyways. Now this is quite weird stuff because everything is going differently than I described it. We had a sniper, we had a spotters here, although none of our light tanks are going to spot this side, but we had some medium tanks who gave pretty much initial spotting, which is very nice, and you can start this game very well like this. So if you are playing light tank, fellas, don't go like this. It's not worth it, believe me. This side is where you want to start the early game. It is truly so much better and so much more beneficial for you. Believe me, fellas, it is. Okay, I am thinking about being aggressive here. Skill, are you sure about this? No, I'm not sure, but I am going for it. So how the things are looking like? We are crossing to the hold down position here. And once again, the main reason why we are going to do this, to get pretty much better position. That's about it. Nothing unusual, fellas. Nothing unusual. So at this point, we can kind of claim the life of this poor tier 7 heavy tank, right? It is not looking bad whatsoever. I will wait until he is going to shoot once again, and I don't necessarily want to show my side for this guy. Whenever this gentleman will shoot, we are going to go like this and we will start claiming his life. I have time for one more easily, and I would say I might have time for one more. Good. Very nice, he just fired. We are going to use our repair kit, and all we need to do at this point, we need to look at him getting F'd. Nice. That's a good start, fellas. We did everything properly. We played hold down. Hip hooray. Everything is fine. What to do next? This is the question. Our 122 TM is being very brave, fellas. Our 122 TM is brave. Do I want to follow his steps, and do I want to do the same thing as he is doing? This is the question. Now, very important thing to highlight here, they might and they should have some snipers in the back. Keep this in mind. It is very important thing to highlight. It truly is. Oh, what did I told you, fellas? What did I told you? Okay, Progetto, how are you doing? One for the team. Progetto is hitting us, doesn't really matter. I know he can't completely clip us out, that's alright. I know the risk which I am taking while playing in this position. I am not new in the game, I know what to expect and I know what I can get. Okay. Wow. This is nuts what is happening here, my friends. Enemy team decided not to make any pressure whatsoever. This is weird. It truly is weird, fellas. But I have a pretty good understanding and pretty good idea how we can get more use. Go back like this and start beating the living crap out of this Lanson. Let's do this. We don't need to use the corner where we played before. All we need to do, we need to open our eyes and we can actually find a bit different angles to approach enemies, right? And this is very important thing to say. Although it did not work for us. Okay, fair enough. So skill, what do you want to do? I want to go through the open field and I want to spot the Centurion. That's all I care about, and this is kind of game over already for enemies. As you can see, Centurion is sitting next to the red line already. He's down to fartable. Yeah, enemies simply do not have any HP left. Oh well, what can we do? We can simply make as much pressure as we physically and possibly can, and we can expect to get a couple of extra shots, if that, you know? If that. Anyways, this light tank should die for a Su, because Su can go for him and Su can one-shot him. As you can see, he's going for this, and luckily we track it. Su, that's great. Can we get another one? Beautiful shot, very, very nice. And this is a game over. Not the most exciting game, but definitely we made a Blood Prince work in this situation. So fellas, 3 games in World of Tanks in 2021. What can I say, fellas? It was pretty damn quick one. Anyways, what do we have? We have like 2.8 thousand, and this is completely fine. I am happy with this result. I wish I could play a bit better in the second battle, so overall score would be definitely way better. But unfortunately, you cannot turn back the time, and we need to accept what we have, fellas. And mistakes are happening for everyone, so there is nothing to be ashamed of or sad about, if you know what I mean. Anyways, pretty damn nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 53,000 profits. We are second by experience. We are fourth by the damage. Once again, profits are always nice and always welcome. And after our games, we had 1.5 thousand damage and 850 assisting damage. Once again, if not the second game, our score, instead of being 2.3 thousand, it would be 3,000 combined. But you know, mistakes were made. So Blood Prince in action. You tell me, fellas, is it that bad of a tank, or it is not that bad, right? And Rosetta and Filet, if you are watching the video, this video was kind of for you, because I know you like tanks like this. So fellas, thank you very much for watching. That was your daily dose of skill, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.